Hello everyone and welcome to part 4 in our IK mini-series. In this episode we're going to tidy up our IK foot placement, fixing a few bugs, making things a bit smoother and overall look nicer. So the first bug we're going to fix is our character's jutteriness. So if we fall off the edge here, well not fall off the edge rather, you can see the capsule there stays on the platform, but our character's sort of fallen for the floor. That's because their feet have traced off of the floor and are trying to match it and it's all going wrong. So what we're going to do is make it so only it matches the hip offset when the value isn't too large. So let's go into our character here and to the event graph. So here we've got the offset going on here, and all I'm going to do is I'm going to take the z-axis value here, which is the difference between the two, and we're going to do a comparison. So we go, if it's less than 50, okay, if it's less than 50, then we can do the offset. Okay, so what I'm going to do here is I'm going to do a select float node, and what that does, it basically chooses the A number if it's true, or B number if it's false. So if it's true, we're going to use this one, and B is going to be 0, and then that goes into there. Hit compile. So let's test that out now and see if that has fixed things. We need to tweak that number a bit more. So if I go off the edge here, I'm tracing down to the floor there, but it's not dropping me down, yeah, okay, because it's too far. Okay, so that fixes that issue. Next we've got some weird stuff going on with the jump, and we've also got the sort of rough and ready, like jump, really jittery movement. So let's smooth out that movement first. So for this I'm going to use interpolated floats. So I can't speak tonight. So back on our event graph for our player character, where we're getting the IK offset here, we're going to get the foot trace offset and do an F interp 2. And the offset from the function is going to go into the target, and the current is going to be our variable, in this case left foot offset. And the return value for this is going to go up to our set. So what interp does is it changes the value based on the time difference between the last time we called it and this time we called it. So the delta time here, you can either go from delta seconds from the tick, or you can just get world delta seconds. And we're going to do interp speed of, let's say, 20. And let's do that for all of them. So let me have to space out a bit here because we're getting a bit cramped. So it is F interp 2. Disconnect that from there because that's now the target. Return value goes up to the set. The current is our variable. Delta time is get world delta seconds. And the interp speed we can do is 20. The higher number, the faster it will smoothly transition. And we could do it for the hip as well. So let's do this. Go return value F interp 2, and that'll be the target. Return value up the top there. The current is the hip offset. Delta time is get world delta seconds, and the interp speed is 20. So that should give us all smooth transitions between the different positions of the IK bones. So now we get a nice smoother movement when we're running around. Okay. So you can see the feet transition a lot nicer. So the next thing we're going to fix is this weird issue we got going on here, where if it goes too high, it sort of bends and buckles and goes all weird and stuff like that. So let's fix that bug now. So to fix the foot placement issue, we go back to our IK foot trace function, and we take a look at where we're ending the foot trace, because if we took a look at when we jump, for example, you see the foot trace goes on for ages, and that shouldn't be the case. So something's gone wrong there. And what you need to fix here is where we got the make vector with x, y, z, with the z going to distance, that's incorrect. So rather than do that, we're going to take the z-axis from the socket location, and we're going to minus another float. And what we're going to do is we're going to take the distance and multiply that by 2. Or actually, no, by that, we'll just plug distance into it there, and then into the Z. And then on the event graph, we'll just get rid of the divide by 2. There you go. So now the foot trace is going to take the correct value down. You can see the foot trace doesn't go nowhere near as far. Now you won't get any weird issues with the glitching. So in our fixes, we notice this issue as well. If we run up the stairs, we can dip down. Now the reason why is because I made an error, and rather than put the Z result here into the checker here for less than 50, rather than do that, we're going to go to absolute, because that value could be negative 60, for example, which is less than 50, but it's not going to be accurate to what we want. So absolute will get rid of the negative and just check it as a value. So now when I play it, I get nice, smooth animation. Now you can see here, foot placement is working correctly. There are other things you can do, such as you can rotate the feet so they align with the floor a bit better, because at the moment they're just sticking in their default straight out pose. But you can rotate them around if you want to be that specific with it. But for example, these work really well with things like slopes, for example. So if I put a big plane in here, stretch out, and let's put that up here, for example. Playing that and running up here, IK works really nicely on slopes, because especially with this the mesh being moved down, you get a nice stretch pose trying to run up, but when you're running down, you're hunkering down for low center of gravity almost. Stop yourself from rolling down the hill. So you get a nice transition between those poses. And that kind of brings us to the end of IK foot placement. So we're going to be doing more with IK stuff in the future, so keep an eye out for that. If you want to know anything specific about IKs or how to accomplish various IK tasks, leave a comment below. I'll be interested to see what you guys want to see, and I'll be happy to try and do a video for them. If you want to become a patron, head over to patreon.com/RyanEllie. Patrons get access to videos early before everyone else, and some tiers will get access to polling and exclusive videos and project files, all sorts of things. So head over to the website and check it out, what kind of things you can get rewarded for showing your support. So thank you for everyone who has showed their support so far. None of this would be possible without you guys, so thank you once again. And if you're watching this and you've not yet subscribed to the channel, make sure you hit that subscribe button, and I'll see you all for the next video. Bye bye, and I'll see you soon.